One of these days, we're going to figure out all these technical issues. And after half an hour of testing, you would think that I would have had it figured out. And I did, but I started the live video and it was still sideways. So thanks for joining me today. I'm going to just double check here for 1 second to make sure people can see me. And then I'm live on the right page. Oh, the issues and the challenges from working at home and remotely. And I'm going to sit back so you don't have a big face in there. So thanks for joining us for Live at Lunch today with the WCA. I'm Chris Campbell-Davis. I'm the Communications Manager with the Women's and Children's Alliance. I do believe we are actually live, and we are on the WCA's Facebook page, which is a good thing because I wasn't a minute ago. For anybody following, I'm not going to tell you what page I was live on. We just have to keep a little bit of mystery going. It is Wednesday, and it is noon, a little bit after actually for anyone who's losing track. And I did get to shower today, so that is a bonus. And it is a beautiful sunny day outside, so I would highly encourage you, for anyone who is working remotely or working at home, or who just might not have been outside in a day or two, to get outside and get some fresh air. I fully intend to do that. But it is Wednesday, and it is Live at Lunch with the WCA, and I am thrilled to be coming to today because and all of the news and the things we're sifting through and all of the scary and stress, I get to talk about some really cool things. And in the travels and the parts of my job, I get to meet some really amazing people, and I get to talk about cool stuff. And I get to talk about survival, and I get to talk about freedom, and I get to meet people who, you know, have endured some really horrific things, but on the other side, they come out and they talk about the amazing new lives they have, and they just show compassion and empathy and resilience and grit, and that's why I keep doing what I do. And I also get to meet people who support these people, and they support the work we do. And we live in an amazing community, and there are so many amazing partners in our community that support the work we do. And they do it in very unique and interesting ways sometimes. And one of those ways was one experience, and this will be one of the most awesome experiences of my life. I got to work with Laura and Bruce Delaney through Rediscovered Books, and I got to meet a really wonderful young woman named Laura Gray when we got to produce this book. So I do have to tell you, one of my bucket list items was writing a book. I never thought I would have the opportunity to be able to do that through work. So 2 big wins because I love my job. And so last year we got to publish a book, and it's called Seeds of Hope. And I got to meet this really amazing young woman named Laura, and I got to work with another amazing woman named Laura at Rediscovered Books, who actually helped publish this book. So I wrote the story. If you are online and you want to hop over to our website, you can find it. Actually, we published this story first in our annual report last year. So that was where the original idea came from. People thought I was a little crazy, but I got this wild hair of, yes, we're going to publish our financials. We're going to talk about some of our stats, the services we provided, but let's also give people a little look inside what it might be like for a child, perhaps a young boy in this case, who comes to our shelter. And that's what we did. We wrote this story, and it was actually illustrated by this amazing local artist named Laura Gray. And I just have to quickly tell you, this is what community partners are about. Our corporate pillars manager, who is amazing at networking and making relationships. Her name is Lisa. Let me scroll up here really quickly, see who's on. I got 6 folks watching here. Let me see if I can adjust my view. I think Lisa is on. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Laura. Another Laura's watching, but if Lisa's on, Lisa Ullman is our corporate pillars manager, and she was trying to help me find a artist because I thought it would be really great to find somebody who could illustrate this story. It's about a little boy named Jimmy who comes to our shelter with his family. They're looking to escape some abuse. And Laura Delaney said to Lisa, you've got to come down here. I have somebody I want you to meet. And she introduced us to Laura Gray, who I had forwarded the story to, and we were talking with her, and she showed us some examples of her work, which was amazing. She's incredibly talented, self-taught young woman. And she just stopped and she said, you have to let me do this project. I'm Chloe, which is one of the characters in the story. She said, my family basically, she went on to say, my family stayed with the WCA. I identify with Chloe. You have to let me do this project. And I just grabbed, like right there, I remember, grabbed the sides of the folding chair I was sitting at in what was Rainbow Books at the time. And I just thought, oh, how has the world come around like this? How are we this, 0.006 degrees of separation, that this is the world I'm living in. And it was so touching, like time stopping for me. And I said, oh yeah, okay, you do have to do this project. We have to do this project. And I just remember thinking, I want her to do this project and do these illustrations and illustrate this book however she feels like doing it, because she needs to do it. I need her to do it. So, oh, hey, hi, we got Shoshone Tribes on, I can't see very far away, but yay, thanks for tuning in. Partnerships, we all come together. So that is how this came to be. So we did this project and we did this story and these really wonderful illustrations in our annual report. And then Laura Delaney, said, yeah, let's publish this book. Lisa was a big pusher. And this is a story, and they published this book for us. And it did a fundraiser there. They didn't make any money off it. And they actually encouraged anybody who bought the book for a while, to buy another one, and they sent it out to schools to go in the libraries so that counselors could access it. And our counselors have access to it. And I actually recently heard a story from one of our counselors who actually left, and she works for a different counseling group nearby. And she said, and her name is Jenny, actually, she helped me with this story, but she shared a story of one of the young children she was helping came in and said, you're in my book. And, and I won't go into too many details, but she brought the book, this little girl, and brought the book next time, and they read the story together. And because, as we'll get into it, there's a counselor in here named Jenny, and I told her she was my muse. But this little girl had the book. We don't know how she got the book. I don't anyway, but it just goes to show that it's such a useful tool and it's so helpful. And it just goes to show us community partnerships. And it's so meaningful to me that Laura Delaney and Rediscovered Books believed in it, and Laura Gray came through brilliantly with her wonderful art. Anyway, so I'm going to do a shout out. You can access and follow along if you want, or you can go online and actually look at Rediscovered Books. They actually have it still in stock. They're delivering. They're a great local business. So without further ado, for everybody online, I see some of you. Hey, thanks for joining. This is Seeds of Hope, written by Christine Campbell Davis and illustrated by Laura Gray. And there's a lag, so I'm hoping that you can see here. In partnership with the Women's and Children's Alliance. Mom says today's the start of the rest of our new lives. I'm not sure what that means. All I know is I had to stuff as much of my clothes as I could in my backpack and hurry and get in the car. Mom had a suitcase for her and one for my baby brother, Edward. I call him Eddie. And now we are someplace called the WCA. I don't know where Dad is, but Mom said not to worry about him. She says we won't have to worry about him anymore. Mom says yesterday was the last time Dad was going to hurt any of us ever again. I hope she's right. I have a huge bruise on my arm this time. My stomach hurts, and I don't really know why. Mom's changing Eddie's diaper, and he is screaming. He cried all night long, but at least there's no yelling. I got some new pajamas. They have Captain America on them. I guess they're pretty cool. Mom got a brand new bathrobe. It's her favorite color, blue. Last night was scary. I really couldn't sleep. I hope Dad doesn't find us. I hope we're going to be okay. My stomach hurts. I'm scared. We go to this big room where some other moms and kids are having breakfast. A nice lady shows Mom where to get cereal and milk. I hope that they have Fruitios here. They're my favorite. My stomach hurts, though. I'm scared. I have to go to school today on a different bus. I guess that's okay. I still get to see my friends. Mom has to go to court to make sure Dad can't find us. She says he won't hurt us anymore. I hope she's right. So I have to go to daycare here with Eddie before I go to school. Ugh, daycare is for babies. Wait, now Mom's really gone. I don't know when she'll be back. I don't want her to leave me. I'm scared. But I'm a big kid and I gotta be brave for Mom. Geez, Eddie is still crying. Dad gets mad when Eddie cries. I hope they don't get mad at Eddie. The people working here seem okay, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on them. My stomach hurts. I'm scared. It's time to walk to the bus. A tall girl named Sophie says she'll show me where to find my bus. I look over at Eddie and boy, am I surprised. He's not crying. He's being rocked in a chair by some lady. She smiles and waves and says, "Have a great day at school, Jimmy. I'll take good care of your little brother for you." Well, we'll see what's going on when I get back from school today, I think to myself. I feel weird at school today. I wonder if my friends know I live at a shelter now. I wonder if Dad's going to come to school and take me, yell at me for leaving with Mom. After lunch, teacher says we need to go to the office. Mom's waiting there. Oh no, what if she's coming to get me to go home to Dad? I wonder if I can run and hide. Mom and teacher tell me that there are now court papers that say Dad can't come to the school and get me. I thought you were going to come and make me go home, I start crying. I feel like a baby. I can't help it. No, my sweet little Jimmy, Mom says. I made sure he can't hurt us anymore. I got what is called a protection order. That means he's not supposed to come near any of us. Teacher says I'm supposed to tell her or the principal if I see Dad on the playground or at the bus stop. I'm tired. I tell Mom I want to go back to class with my friends. I hope Dad will leave us alone. My tummy hurts. Mom makes us dinner with Sophie's mom, and they are talking about their cooking class. Ugh, we're eating broccoli again. But it isn't actually so bad. Mom even smiles as she cooks with her new friend. So I clean my plate and even ask for more, even though my stomach still kind of hurts. After dinner, we go to the big, nice living room, and Mom says we need to have a talk. She says we're going to stay at this shelter for a few months. We'll be safe here. We don't have to worry about Dad hurting us anymore. But we'll have to talk to some people about how we feel so we can get better. I hope we don't have to eat broccoli every night, I mumble. A few days later, I meet Jenny. She's my counselor. Not Mom's, just mine. I'm not sure how I feel about talking about how I feel about talking about my dad. I mean, I kind of even miss him. But being with Jenny isn't so bad. I colored some and played with a sandbox. Jenny says it's okay to miss my dad, and that I shouldn't talk about those things, that I should talk about those things if I want. I hope we don't have to go home. I don't want him to hurt my mom anymore, and I don't want to yell at Eddie for crying. He's just a little baby. My stomach still hurts. Ugh, I have to go to daycare while Mom goes to a job interview. She hasn't had a job for a long time. I'm hanging out on the playground, which is pretty cool for a daycare, I guess. My friend Sophie's there too, playing on swings, and I tell her about Jenny. I wonder if Sophie's mom makes her talk to someone too. Yeah, she says. Everyone here talks to a counselor a little bit. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I guess it just depends. They know what they're doing. Sophie doesn't see Jenny. She sees a different counselor named Amy. But she says Amy is super nice and likes talking to her. I tell Amy all about the things my stepfather did that made me scared and mad, and it makes me feel less bad about it. Sophie has been at the shelter for a whole month, so maybe talking to Jenny more won't be so bad. Plus, Sophie is old. She's 12 and she knows stuff. I wonder if Sophie's stomach hurts. Mom's been meeting with her counselor and going to support groups with other ladies staying at the shelter. Mom sometimes looks like she's been crying, but she says that's okay. Dad used to make Mom cry a lot, but she always looked scared too. She tried to hide it, but I knew. But Mom seems a little different now. She doesn't look scared. Some days she even looks a little happy and smiles more. Eddie cries a little less too, like he knows something is different. My stomach doesn't hurt as much. Mom says I'm growing like a weed. I got brand new pants and shoes today, and Eddie got some new shoes that fit his cute little feet. We had to leave a lot of our stuff at the house with Dad. I had to leave all of my clothes and all of my toys behind. I hope someday I'll get some new Hot Wheels. I kind of miss those. Mom says people donated the clothes and stuff because they care about us and want to help us. Why would they do that when they don't even know us? I asked. There are a lot of good people in the world, Jimmy. People who are kind and will treat you nicely just because they care. On the way to the bus one morning, Sophie sees a butterfly. I can't see anything at first because the sun is shining super bright in my eyes, but then it flies right down on my face. I see it. Wow, cool. My mom says butterflies meant good luck here and bring hope for us all, says Sophie. I wonder if this means everything is going to be okay for me and my mom and Eddie. I'm happy wearing my new clothes to school. My stomach doesn't really hurt at all today. I think about this for a minute and what that butterfly fluttering about in the morning sunshine, and I smile really big at Sophie. You're my best friend ever, I tell Sophie. I think about what Sophie said. My stomach feels warm and happy. I believe she just might be right. If this is what hope feels like, I kind of like it. I like happy. The end. However, this really isn't the end for Jimmy, his baby brother Eddie, or Sophie. Just like the hundreds of children who received shelter counseling at the WCA this year, this is only the beginning of life filled with hope and possibilities. So thank you for taking a moment out of your day to read with me. And I want to tell you just a little bit about the illustrations. And a little bit. Jimmy's actually a fictional character. And his story is based on what a young child might experience as he navigates his family journey leaving an abusive situation and coming to the WCA. I wrote this story with some input from the program staff here at the WCA, specifically one of our clinicians who worked with and utilized play therapy. And I wanted to just read at the back here about the illustrations. It's original and done specifically to accompany the story. Laura Gray is a local artist, a child survivor of domestic abuse, and a former client of the WCA. And when Laura first read this story, she said, I have to do this project. I was Sophie. She stayed in the shelter with her family as an 11-year-old girl, and she identifies with much of Jimmy's experiences. So thank you for taking this journey with Jimmy and with me today. I just want to remind everyone that the WCA is open. We are here for anyone who needs services. Our shelter campuses are open, and our staff is doing everything that they can to ensure the health and safety of clients. Our crisis center is open from 8:30 to 4. to help with filing civil protection orders with the closure of the Ada County Courthouse. And our hotlines are available. So our domestic violence hotline is 208-343-7025. That's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're concerned about someone, if someone just needs to talk to somebody, with this stay in place order, there are many people who are, many people who are just feeling stressed, but that isolation from social resources, from work, can really turn into a dangerous situation if someone is isolated with an abuser. And a lot of people are just hunkering down right now, trying to survive this and not knowing what's coming next. So safety planning is available. You can call the hotline, you can call our court advocate team and talk through that. I think we're hearing from a lot of experts that people may be just trying to wait this out. So if you are concerned about someone or concerned about a situation you might be in and perhaps don't think you might want to leave that situation yet, please go ahead and call and talk through, get some information about, just what situation might be down the road. If it is not safe to make a phone call, which is a very real possibility for a lot of people right now, if you've got somebody who's monitoring your phone, you can go to thehotline.org. They have a chat function available, or you can even text Love is Respect, which is a great also option for young adults and youth, but that is also staffed by advocates who can help anyone. And you can text the word love is, that's no spaces, love is, to 22522. So those are some options. You can call our 24-hour hotline from anywhere, anytime. You can go to thehotline.org and they have a chat function, or you can text the word love is to 22522. And again, our crisis center is open 8:30 to 4 p.m. at 720 West Washington. We want to give shout out again to Rediscovered Books online. There's a lot of community partners who do some really amazing things for us. For example, Idaho Statesman just rolled out a great promotion. So if you're looking to get the Sunday paper, which is something a lot of people get, you're home now, you want to read the paper, you like that physical book in your hand, you like the physical paper in your hand. They are doing a 13-week special for the paper. I think somebody was going to post the link. If not, I can go back and post it. You click on this link and it actually will give information about home not being safe for everyone. And it talks about the rates of domestic violence rising. And then if you sign up through that link, 50% of your 13 weeks, the cost of your 13-week subscription will benefit the Women's and Children's Alliance. So we have, there's a great story in the Boise Weekly today that talks about domestic violence rates rising, and did actually interviewed a survivor and former client. So we have a lot of people who are supporting us through financial, but helping us get the word out about how to access our services and get the word out that, yes, we absolutely support this stay-at-home order and are doing everything we can to keep our staff safe and our clients safe. But the fact is that home is not always safe for everyone, and there are a lot of people who are very real dangerous situations right now. So we need to let people know. Oh, thank you, Laura. There's the link for the Statesman Sunday paper deal. So go to Rediscovered Books website and order some books. Go to the Statesman if you want the Sunday paper. Athena, she's an ambassador for the WCA. There you go. She's the one that helped to get that Statesman Sunday paper deal. So she's a great ambassador for the WCA, but also helping us get the word out and helping support the work that we're doing. And so we want to give a shout out. Community partnerships are crucial. So not only for the financial support of the services that we do, but also to get the word out and let folks know that our doors are open. We are here, and we're going to be here for the people who continue to need us, perhaps more so in the coming days and weeks than we've probably seen. So please share that hotline. Please share our posts. Please encourage people to follow us and check on your neighbors. But if you see something, you hear something, it's children, it's spouses, it happens to men and women, it happens in same gender relationships. If you hear something that you're seriously concerned, call 911. Our first responders are very aware that domestic violence rates are rising. So as a community, we live in a great community, but this is an issue here as much as in other areas. So if you just want some general information, check out our website, send an email to info@wcaboise.org. We are monitoring our social media and email because we can do that from a phone, from an iPad. And we will work out our technical issues. I will figure out how to get things set up right. Our frontline advocates, court advocates, are at the shelter. They are helping staff, and the rest of us are working diligently at home to try to stay safe and healthy, but also get the word out, spread the word, raise the money to continue to support operations, because we know folks need help, and critical services will remain available. So thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to be live at lunch on Facebook every Monday and Wednesday, and sometimes other times if there's super important news and fun things to share. So we appreciate you. Stay safe and healthy, everybody, and get outside and enjoy some fresh air. Okay, thanks. Bye.